All right, good evening, YouTube. It looks like we are live, and just adjusting the camera here a second. But we'll give it a few more moments before we start. Give people a chance to hop on in and say hello, and let me know where you're from. If you're new to the channel, new to the to what I've got to put out there. In fact, while we do that, we can actually put a cooler background on this monitor on the back here. Let's find something cool, and it will most likely be something like, in fact, I could probably make my own background out there. Just need to learn how to do some AI stuff, right? But yeah, we'll give it a few more moments before we get started with what I want to talk about regarding Ranger pudding, the nostalgia of Ranger pudding and such. So go ahead, say hello in the chat if you're joining in. Get some background music going also. Let's see, using Epidemic Sound, play, and you gotta turn it onto the speakers that are directly in front of me also. Let's see here. Where did the music go? There it goes. What did I put on? Not sure. Put something on. Let a couple more people trickle into the stream before we get started. Oh, and I wanted to put a neat background in the back here also. So, YouTube. And background. You know what usually has a good background? I don't know where they pop up from, but this is the Ocean 4K Captain Motivating Moments with jellyfish and fish in the ocean. So that sounds cool. Put you over here, and it's by 4K Ocean World, if you are wondering. Maybe I should put the link in the description to provide them with a little bit of credit. Ooh, that's super glaring though, huh? So maybe not, because the sun is up there like that. That's not so bad. Stream health is excellent. Stream settings. Alright, so we're not going to spend too long waiting for folks to get in. It looks like people are trickling in here. So good evening. How are you? It is Monday, May 13th, 7 o'clock p.m. out here on the East Coast. And this is the pre-game live stream. Yes, in other words, I am going to be going live with Fortnite here in a little bit, where I'm actually getting a lot more viewers there than I am with this live stream, because, well, there's more people that play and watch the game and enjoy watching people play that game, which, right on. Cool, right? All right, let's see. All right. Music is coming from Epidemic Sound. If you're not familiar with that, that's a it's a pretty good streaming service for music and sound effects, and I've been using them for just over just over a year already, and I really like the music and the sound effects that I have access to. It's pretty cool. It's a good setup that they have there. Hey, B Rad, Austin, River City, Virginia. Good evening. How are you today? Thanks for joining. I'm just giving the chat a few more moments to perk up, if you will, a little bit, and as people trickle in, I'm just doing a real quick live, and I thought, trying something different. Usually I'm already right into it all. So thanks a lot for hanging out with me this evening. And yeah, I've got it's funny, I have a lot more viewers in my Fortnite YouTube channel than I do here, but different audience, right? Completely different audience. I guess there are people that do an actual search for Fortnite Live versus here I am just talking about my thought of the day, the little bit of nostalgia that I experienced over the weekend. And so hopefully my voice is doing good enough for this live stream right now where you can hear me over the music. We'll turn that down a little bit too. Let's see here. Rigger, good to see you as well. Thanks for hanging out. The old monitor looks good as a background. How's the new monster monitor treating you so far? Great question. So since you asked, let me turn the music down a little bit because I feel like it's too loud for me to talk over. All right. But so the new monitor is awesome. I mean, it's gigantic. It's right here, In fact, to show you what I'm looking at right now, I can do that too using a Prism Live. Excellent, Brad. Thank you very much. Let's take we'll set that up. But it's great. It's great from a standpoint of. Let's see here. Whoops. It's great from a standpoint of just being large. I don't like it for video editing though. It's too squashed, and I can show you what I mean on that also. But it's too. I mean, I got the giant monitor for video editing, so this is not going away. I'm probably gonna set it up. I need a new desk. On the right here, I actually have two of these. This is a Asus Pro Art 32-inch monitor. So I'll probably set them up on the sides, or maybe one vertical like this, like my wife has downstairs in her office, and this one off to the side to do the video editing. And I can read documents on that. But I really like this monitor, and I actually like it better for gaming also, because I use Power Toys to set up the three setup. So here, let me back up and show you what I'm talking about here, because I think it's pretty cool, my entire setup here. So I'm gonna open up Prism Lens Cell, and so Prism Lens, what's great about this thing here, about my cell phone, is it can be a camera also, and I chose Prism initially because it gave me the ability to, let's see, Prism Lens 3, open a Prism Lens app. I gotta scan the thing. QR code. Please scan the QR code to okay, there it goes. There, connect. But let's see here. Okay, good. That's set up there, and we can close that. And so okay, and so we'll do like this. Let's see if that changes the aspect ratio of it all. Yep, it sure does. So this is the setup here. Here like this. So let me back it up. So this is the desk, and that's a giant TV. So I was actually using that TV as a light before. So I made a 10-hour video, and so of like yellow screen, and there is that monitor, and the other one is just not set up yet either. So yep, there's my that's a drone, guys. If you can believe it, that is a drone, and it flies. It actually flies pretty well in comparison to what you would think it would or not do. The wraparound for gaming would be awesome. Yeah, good to hear you dig it. I feel like I took part in your journey. No, for sure, brother, for sure, and I appreciate that greatly. Now, the wraparound is great. The problem for me is that, and with Fortnite specifically, all the information is like the far left, bottom right, or the map is in the top right, bottom left, So it's all spread out. So I actually have to turn my head, to see that information. But when I bring it back down to 16 by 9 and I use Power Toys to set up fancy zones so that it's right there in the middle, I set up my Prism Live when I go live on the left side so I can monitor that. And then I set up a chat box on the right side here so that it, well, shoot, I'll show you what that looks like too. We'll turn on the Fortnite. Oh no, wait, I don't want to do that. Well, actually, we're gonna do an experiment with that also, because I did have an issue with NVIDIA Highlights, which is a program that I use to, let's see here, let's pop the chat out from YouTube. Let's see here, where did it go? There. And no, you are part of the journey for sure. I agree with you 100%. All y'all are. And so the wraparound looks great, you know. Does it give me, can I see really more what's on the right hand side here? Yeah, for sure, but I feel like I don't need it to wrap around like that so much. But I'm putting up Fortnite right here to show you the 3 screens here and how I set up my fancy zones. Hey, Justin, good morning, good evening, or good evening to you. Who would recommend a monitor that big? That is ridiculous. Justin, if you showed me the video or the link for the 57-inch, I probably would have gotten that one. But after reading some reviews, I'm glad that I didn't, because apparently it shuts down easy. All right, check it out. Let me show you the Prism lens set up here. And oh, I turned it off. I'll turn it back on again. And so it's got to reconnect and do the whole thing to turn back on. Open the Prism Lens app, because I turned my cell phone off, and so the thing's got to just do the thing here. Okay, live connect. All right, let me close out of it completely and turn it back on again. Please scan the QR code in the Connect app. There it goes, connect, just so you can see how I've got my screen set up. It's doing some weirdness. There it goes. Okay, cool. So check it out. So I use Power Toys. I use Power Toys to set up 3 zones, 3 fancy zones. All right. So the left side is Prism Live. The center is Fortnite Direct, and then the right side of the screen is the chat. So, hey, David, good evening. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out as well. But I appreciate the recommendation for this monitor, because I actually prefer this setup right now. You can see the camera, the A cam is right on top. I've got my B cam for my keyboard, because that's how all the kill kids are doing it, right? You gotta video the controls, the keyboard mouse is what I use. But yeah, Power Toys is a fancy zone. I use fancy zones in Power Toys to set this whole thing up. But yeah, that's what this looks like here, guys. And I like it a lot. I like playing when this compressed screen is still 16 by 9, you know, and it's really good. I'm very happy with that setup. The issue that hanging with JD, good evening. Thanks for hanging out as well, bro. And so the reason why I prefer to play 16 by 9 instead of, 5120 by disconnect instead of 5120 by 1440 is because it's compressed. I could see the minimap easier. The health of my teammates easier, my health easier, and my weapons, load out a lot easier as well. But that's how I've got that set up there. Hey, Samar girl in New York City. Great to see you. Thanks for hanging out and enjoying my live stream this evening. But yeah, that's how I have things set up here, and this monitor is awesome. 47-inch widescreen, 49-inch ultra widescreen. The link to it is in the description below, so take a look at it there. But for all you guys if you're interested in listening to some pretty amazing singing, check out Samar Girl's YouTube channel as well. She's live every day too. Hey Mimi Bear, good to see you as well. Thank you for joining and hanging out. So let's talk a little bit. I dig the cyberpunk feel to your system, not the game, the genre. Yeah. Is that what I have going on here? Well, right on. Thanks. Thanks, man. So nostalgia. So Mother's Day yesterday. Happy Mother's Day, belated Mother's Day to all you mothers that are out there as well. And yeah, we spent the day. We went to church in the morning, and at church I had another idea, inspiration. We could talk about that too, but had another idea for a video because at the end of the sermon, and as funny as it sounds, being a financial advisor, right? The end of the I guess the mass, they had the financial director, the financial manager for the church come in and talk about and give the financial report to the congregation, which I actually found more interesting than the sermon itself because I'm listening to the numbers and I'm listening to the finances of the church. And, while sitting there, I thought to myself, hey, that would be an interesting way or interesting idea, for a video or even another live stream down the road, running your life like a business. Yeah, now think about that for a moment. How would you run your life like a business? We'll come to that another time, but think about that for the next live stream. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. But we went to church, came back home, changed out, got lunch at the Japanese restaurant, and from there we went to IKEA to buy some furniture. My wife is redoing her office, so we bought a bunch of stuff for her home office that she's working on. And so, dang, it's on sale for $800 now. Oh, I think I paid $9.99 for it, but that is a good deal. Do it, Brad. Get two. So at IKEA, she bought a bunch of stuff and chocolate, of course. And we're sitting at the checkout line waiting. And there's chocolate and there's this jelly. And as funny as this one sounds, also, we bought a can of the jelly as well. But when I read the can, you know what I read? It said like blueberries and raspberry jelly, and then another jar. It said blueberries and what was another, like Halgon berries or something. But when I read it, I read Flowberry Fizz. I didn't read raspberries or strawberries or blueberries or elderberries or whatever berries it was. I read Flowberry Fizz is what I saw, and I'm looking at it like, what am I reading right now? Talk about being, completely engrossed in playing Fortnite. But yeah, I read Flowberry Fizz on this jar. Clearly, it didn't say that, and yeah, it was pretty funny. But we got a jar. I haven't tried it yet, but my wife had it out on the counter for me to eat this morning. I ate my normal traditional breakfast of a slice of ham, a handful of nuts, and a piece of fruit. And so I'll probably eat some of that jelly with some ice cream later on tonight. So don't have that kind of money nor the space for that monitor. Oh, Brad, if you have that monitor, you'll make space. I guarantee that you'll make space. Because I don't have the space for my two monitors right now. I mean, you got the one right here, and the other one's just sitting on the floor right now. Which means I need to get a bigger desk. And so what I'm probably going to do with this desk, I could probably add on to this desk and or make a new tabletop completely. Just buy some wood planks, glue them up together, sand, finish, and and shape it to be not quite a like a banana shaped desk, and set it up here the way it is. Justin sent me a link also for a monitor mount so that I can mount these two above. But I don't really want to be looking up when I'm video editing, because I prefer to video edit on this giant monitor instead, the 32-inch. So, which is what, 3840 by 21 by 2160, which is what the resolution on this is. 4K, 69. I think that's still 69, right? Yeah. But yeah. So point is, I eat some Flowberry Haldenberry jelly. We bought some of this stuff, and but which brings me to the topic of the live stream this evening, a little bit of nostalgia, because we're sitting on the couch after IKEA. We were watching movies. In fact, we were watching Ghostbusters, the new ones, the one that was released in 2021 that I just heard about for the first time, and then the sequel after that. And it's basically about Egon Spengler's granddaughter finding all this stuff. Pretty good movie. And so we're sitting there and, get the chocolate out, and my wife hands me a bag of saltines, and I'm sitting there eating the crackers, which is in the thing. I'm eating the crackers, and I'm not taking it out of the bag again because it made a bunch of chocolate crummy mess in here already. But I got crackers and IKEA chocolate and Hershey's, and so I'm eating the chocolate and crackers. And I'm saying to myself, this is really familiar. It wasn't like I was eating something foreign. I was just taking a bite of cracker, throwing a chocolate in there, kind of like s'mores, but it wasn't s'mores. It wasn't a graham cracker, marshmallow, chocolate melted on top of each other. It was just cracker and chocolate. And I'm sitting there eating it, just really enjoying it, and it's a really good combination, saltines and chocolate, if you've not tried that before. And I thought, it reminded me of Ranger pudding, and I couldn't put my finger on it until this afternoon when I came home and I ate some crackers and chocolate again. I'm like, oh, this is Ranger pudding. I guess because I was watching the movie, I didn't think about it at the time. But yeah, so Ranger pudding. What exactly is Ranger pudding? Do you guys know what an MRE is? A military MRE, meal ready to eat. So these things are supposed to last, 20, 30 years. And inside these packets of these brown plastic bags, you tear it open. They're waterproof. There's a cracker and cocoa powder. And what we would used to do is we'd tear open the cracker. No, wait. First we'd crumble up the cracker inside the packet. Then we'd shake it to the very bottom, tear it open, take the cocoa powder, pour it inside the mix of the cracker crumbles, which is effectively now cracker powder, pour water in there, mix it up, and now we've got pudding. And they're like, oh yeah, this is Ranger pudding. And this was a thing that we did back when I was at active duty. I first learned about it when I was going through training. Actually, I think I learned about it when I was at the academy. In 1994 or 95, the first time I ever had an MRE, and it was the coolest thing. And every time I ate an MRE, I did that, it came with a little packet of little thing of Tabasco sauce, which we'd save for, especially in the field when we're trying to stay awake, right? We take a little bit of a dab of Tabasco sauce and put it like under the eyes like that to help us stay awake when we're in the field, just watching a target. Yeah, it helped. The key was not to get any in your eye, but that little bit of burn, that little bit of fume kept me awake for sure. And so let's see here. Just make the garage into a man gaming cave. Yeah, no kidding, Dusty. Good to see you, brother. Indeed. In fact, I would, and I guess the car could be part of it. I've got a 73 Gran Torino in there right now. Well, that's another story if you've not heard that one. That's for another day, and maybe we'll talk about that when we're actually looking at it. Because number one, I don't know crap about cars. I'm a combat driver. I could drive, but fixing them, you know how I get my oil changed? I take it to Beach Ford. Got 3 boxes of MRE in the closet for a hurricane. Smart man. Well done. Good thinking. I've got actually not MREs, but backpacker meals, like the mountain houses. But the MREs are great. High in calorie, right? Very high in calorie, because you're going to need that when you're doing storm cleanup, especially if you get hit with something, right? And God forbid that you ever have to deal with it. So let's see. That guy set up with 3 of those is amazing. Let's see. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate it. And that's just this corner of the room. The background, as you can see, that's my drone stuff. Which I've got so many ideas and projects. Like I want to take this drone here and turn it FPV. Which I don't know when I'm going to be able to get the chance to do that. So, Jason, check that link out. Oh, the link. Okay, look at what this guy did with 3 of those screens. Ridiculous. Oh, snap. That is pretty crazy looking. Wow. Talk about extending the screens. 360-degree gaming setup. How cool would that be to have screen all the way around you, though, right? I wonder if there's a game that can support something like that. That's pretty cool. Thanks for sharing that, Justin. Yeah, that is super cool. Let's see here. But looks cyber to me. Heck yeah, man. And number one rule, right? Got to look cool, right? ABCs, always be cool. That's what I. That's how I teach my indoor skydiving to the guys, because they're skydivers. They have already got their technique, and so a lot of it, the time that I spend is breaking bad habits before they actually come and fly with me. And so, but yeah, I had a huge deal of nostalgia, as a result of eating some crackers and chocolate the other day, and wow, how neat, right? Something that I used to do years ago. It just never really thought about. I was just sitting there eating chocolate and saltines, of all things. And I love saltines, by itself. I love chocolate by itself. But the saltine and cracker mix, that was awesome. And I really enjoyed it. And so, share something with us, that you've had nostalgia over, it's like, oh yeah, back in the day, kind of thing. If you care to. Or make a video about that and tell us a little bit about it. Because, as I get older, I'm starting to not remember so many things. Had a couple of head injuries on active duty. First one, well, the big one that got me out of the military the first time was when I fell off a 3-story building, and yeah, head injury, as you can imagine, occurred from that. And so as a result of that, I could not remember anything about high school. And when I went back home for a visit, I'm like, holy cow, I remember you, this and that, and things just start flooding back. But it's pretty neat how our taste, our sense of smell can bring back some amazing memories. In fact, I remember this one time when we're eating Ranger pudding. I just finished my MRE, ate that for dessert, the Ranger pudding, and one of the guys, we're sitting on the bleachers. I was actually injured in training, so they put me in this program called PTRR. Physical therapy, rest, and rehabilitation. And the idea is to get healed up before you go back into the formal training session. And so, yeah, head injuries are not good, man. Chocolate-covered bacon, indeed. That sounds really good, too. And I can smell the bacon underneath the chocolate right now. Good call. Good thinking. Have a great evening, y'all. Got to get my creativity on with some 3D modeling work, creating my fifth maker coin. Fidget coin for the next drone meetup. Don't have design as of yet. What is a fifth maker coin, Brad? And if you've gone already, good luck with it. If you've not gone, good luck with it. But enjoy that the making of the coin. That's pretty cool. That you've got the talent and skill to do something like that. I think it's pretty awesome. But yeah, no, Dusty, head injuries are no BS for sure. And you know what? It's only time that will heal the brain. Time, rest, recovery, less flashing lights. I couldn't play video games, actually. I tried playing Overwatch with my son a couple years ago, and the flashing lights in that particular game really got to my head. I could only play like 45 minutes, so I didn't play it very long. But, oh, just my fifth one. You've made 4 others. Right on. Even better. Well, looking forward to seeing that, Brad. Looking forward to seeing that. And I have my fidget spinners from this year. Nice. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the next time I get up to Richmond area, I'll give you a call. Maybe we could get some flying in. I think my son goes back to college in August time frame, and he'll have some games lined up against the University of Richmond. And there's another school over there in that general area that they played rugby against, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's addictive, yes, at Dusty. Right on. But yeah, chocolate covered bacon, Ranger pudding. Yes, I'll bring you one if I come your way to visit. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, when you come visit, bring one. We'll go fly. I'll bring you over to the airfield that I typically fly at as well, which is in Pungo, about 45 minutes from where I live. But it's a great big airfield, and or we'll just go if you stay at the beach. Well, we'll fly at the oceanfront, because I've got a airspace just like Matt. We could find Matt Bagwell, and shoot, we'll just go stand on top of I-Fly Virginia Beach like I usually do and fly there. And we can see where he typically flies. So Matt's actually my UPS delivery driver over at the company. But I want to go ahead and get playing with some Fortnite here in a few minutes. If you guys want to join in and watch the gameplay, I like to talk through it a lot, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and call this live stream to an end. I'll probably get on. I can bring my Avata 2 and Mini 4 Pro. Heck yeah, man. We'll do it. Yeah, I've flown with Matt before. Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? I've not yet flown with Matt, but we see each other all the time. I mean, he's busy with work, and sometimes I bring my drone, and I've not brought my drone into work for the last month. And I've actually got a drone gig next week that I need to confirm. I sent them the quote for services, and they actually want a full production, which is great. But I told them, hey, if you want ground camera guy also, it's going to cost extra, you know, and quoted them for that guy who, you know, who does great work. He is actually the guy that shot the video for I-Fly Virginia Beach years ago as well. And so sent them the quote, and they're like, oh, maybe we'll just do it on do the video edits on our own, because I told them my price is just for the raw footage. You could have it, do what you want with it, and we'll call it a day. Because I like to edit video, but I like to edit video for myself primarily. You know, I don't really like video editing for anybody else, just because there's that, oh, well, can you add this and that and making changes to it? I just want to, hey, here's the footage and be done with it. And so that's how I run my little drone business. And it's working because I give them all the footage and we go from there. You know, so Dusty, have a great one. Are you leaving as well later, everyone? Yeah, have a great evening, man, and maybe we'll see you on my Fortnite live stream here in a little bit. I'm assuming Justin will be there too, if he's not already there playing Fortnite. You know, Brad, have a great evening. Maybe we'll get you playing some Fortnite too. But yeah, check out the live stream, listen in on it, because it's pretty cool. I like to talk through my gameplay there. But we've been going for about 30 minutes already, so I'm going to call this a great evening for me and a great evening to you all. Thank you very much for stopping on by, and yeah, catch me on the Fortnite live stream in, you know what, in a few minutes. I'm gonna turn it on. So in fact, here, let me post a link to that channel in itself so you could take a look at that here. And it's actually because, you know, let's see, YouTube at youtube.com/CyRaval. That's my gaming name. And you're like, why CyRaval? Here, check it out. Paste. It's my last name backwards. So, all right, maybe we'll see you then. If not, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, because I intend to get back to the daily live streaming of stuff, because I miss you guys and I miss doing this and just talk a little bit about, you know, what I had going on throughout the day and the experiences of life. But David, thank you very much for watching. Maybe we'll see you on my Fortnite live stream in a little bit. All right. Good night, everyone. See you.